3v3 Argent Shelf. Blue team, we have Grayfox as a force commander, offensive melee. Big Bad Wolf as a Warboss, also an offensive melee commander, can bash through cover as you see there. And Beast as another force commander. On the red team we have Inviz as a Chaos Lord, offensive melee commander, can bash through cover and cannot be suppressed. We have Rage Power as a Kommando knob, stealth hero, fights with the ranged weapons by default but can get a melee weapon, and Yast, generally annoying teleporting commander. At the top we have the natural VP for red team, south we have a natural for blue, Warboss seems to have forgotten to cap it, and on the west side we have this contested VP. Looks like it's going to be Inviz and Grayfox going up against each other on the west. Grayfox has tactical marines on the field, heavy infantry. Inviz has gone for Chaos Space Marines, also heavy infantry, fighting ranged. Chaos Space Marines though very capable in melee. Heretics cap the VP meanwhile. Where is the force commander? Taking his time to support. In the middle we have the Warboss stomping after some Guardians from Yast, who has gone triple Guardians here. Guardians are light ranged infantry, do pretty good damage but are very fragile. Warboss chopping them in half, but he's going to have to retreat soon, taking lots of damage, and does. Shooter boys being tied up by Yast's Warps by Exarch, who teleported in to tie them up in melee. Chaos Lord forced off by tactical marines. Now we have Guardians up against tactical marines and force commanders of Beast. He's getting armor of alacrity already. These Guardians need to split up or leave. They won't be able to stand against tactical marines and the force commander. The other squad retreats. This one should retreat now to avoid taking losses. Special attack, AoE knockdown, and they do retreat. They're going to lose one member though. No, they'll get away. Down to 5 members, down to 4. One did go down in the end. Bolter shot from the force commander. Meanwhile, west side, force commander weighing in from Grayfox, down to about half health. Still has his default chainsword, takes down one of the Chaos Space Marines in melee. Both Chaos Space Marine squads down to 2 members now. Inviz also has Noise Marines on the field, making their way to the VP. Force commander needs to retreat. Chaos Space Marines engage the tactical marines in melee, but they are forced off 2 under strength to take them out in melee. Usually they would. We have shooter boys from Rage Power, double shooter boys with their big shooters. Kommando knob goes stealth. We may see a stun bomb here. There it is. It's his starting ability, stunning that blob. Very good use of it. His sluggers move in too, but they are forced to retreat immediately. Tactical marines moving in, as does the Warboss of Big Bad Wolf. Meanwhile, west side is still red. We have Noise Marines which have forced off this Space Marine blob. Here are Assault Marines though, for Grayfox. Disruption infantry can jump and engage in melee. Force commander went down, drop Beast. Big Bad Wolf tries to revive, but he needs to be very careful. Might go down here trying to revive, and does go down, but does revive. Beast needs to retreat and does. Big Bad Wolf's shooters have their knob leader there, giving them much better survivability. All the Guardians rush in, may see a grenade spike, but they don't. Shotgun scouts from Beast, knocking them back. So the Warboss is down. Looks like the red team will take center, and they still have the west side. Chaos Lord comes to flank. Khorne Heretic Worship speeding up all this infantry. Here come the Assault Marines though. Everything focuses them. If they can take one down, they are very expensive to reinforce. Looks like one may get taken down here, down to half health. They're staying in the fight. Very risky now, gonna lose members soon. Dual CSM engaging, but they get away with full squad. 2 VPs to 1 for red team. Blue bleeding VPs like crazy here, 500 to 330. Shooter boys with their big shooter and knob leader will take out these guardians. Grenade is dodged. Yast teleports in with his warp squad Exarch. Tier 2 for Grayfox and Beast and Rage Power, and now Invis. Blue team pushing middle again. Force Commander and some Orks and some Marines. Dual tactical Marines for Beast. Trying to take down the warp spider, but he gets away. Beast trying to scare some Orks. Stun bomb will miss everything. Here are some Banshees on the field from Yast. Powerful melee squad, but very fragile. You can see they're losing health like crazy here under all this range fire. Forced off, have the aspect of Banshee, which is that scream that you heard. Suppresses nearby units. Fine Dark Halo, sorry, for the Chaos Lord. Making him even more tanky. Intelligent play by Invis, forcing off his side and now coming to help in the center. Looks like red can have a triple cap here. Blue team in big trouble. Though in terms of numbers they're doing pretty good. No squad wipes as yet, so they still can come back in this game. Chaos Space Marines idle, should have been bashing this power. Assault Marines have their... no they don't, that was the Force Commander, I thought they had their Sergeant. Blastmaster hitting those Assault Marines, huge damage. Blastmaster upgrades turns them into an artillery unit. You can see the huge range they have. Jumped by the Assault Marines though, Heretic Doom Blast suppresses them so the Blastmasters can get away. Assault Marines are going to start losing members. Looks like they only lost one and jumped away defensively. Heretics lose loads of members and leave. Blastmaster will need to retreat. Or at least pull back. Knocks down the Force Commander though. Shotgun Scouts taking damage from the Chaos Space Marines in that squad. And they are finally forced off. Meanwhile, center, we have a Power Fist on the Force Commander. Devastating melee weapon if you can get into range. Looks like it's going to go down here though. And does. Yast using his power blades and enhanced warp jump generator. No accessory for him yet. Forces off shooter boys of melee. Blue team having a real hard time holding center at all. Weird boy on the field for Rage Power. Understood. Already has Warpath. Force Commander is down, repurchased by Beast. We have a Plasma Devastator set up by Grayfox, who has retaken this west side. 300 VP lead for red team. Blue team still pretty even on the field though, haven't had much losses, and now Grayfox has a Dreadnought. Space Marine Walker unit starts off full melee, can get a ranged weapon. We'll see if he does. Banshee's coming in, we'll be able to tie up these looters and they're going to be forced off. Devastating artillery attack from the Weird Boy. There's a Warp Bomb, it's slowing down this Force Commander. They really don't want him engaging these shooter boys. Weird Boy very, very annoying. And here's the Foot of Gork. Ouch. All these Marines with their sergeants forced off. Here is a Death Dread from Big Bad Wolf. Walker unit. Doesn't start off very tough, but as you can see, has the burners and bits, making him pretty decent. Grayfox again forcing off Invis. Looks like he's gone to tier 3 and is going for a Chaos Predator to counter this Dreadnought, I imagine, with Mark of Tzeentch. It's going to be pretty dangerous though with Assault Marines, since they can melter bomb the Predator and the Dreadnought can close in for the kill. Force Commander could also get a Power Fist to really hurt that tank. Map is mostly red though still. They still have blue's natural VP. Another Devastator squad on the way for Grayfox. Normal Devastators this time, not Plasma. Blue team head back into center, forcing off all these Guardians who are still alive from Yast. Level 2, and level 2. Here is the Chaos Predator. West side is totally blue now. Blastmaster Noise Marines set up. Stealth Scouts with Sergeant, looks like they're going to get a grenade off here. No. Perhaps waiting for energy, but he's gone too low. He's using them for line of sight, in fact. Very good use of Scouts by Grayfox. His Plasma Dev can fire on this tank, which is upgrading and so immobile. Looks like it's going to get away. Heretics are repairing it. Meanwhile, center blue's making a push. They have their natural back and they have pretty good numbers here. Can they mount a comeback? They have 2-to-1 cap. Tactical Marines have their Sergeant and Plasma guns in both cases. There's a Wraith Lord from Yast. Not usual, you see so many walkers in a game. He has the Bright Lance upgrade. This Power Fist Force Commander shredding those Banshees apart. Yast moving into melee with his Power Blades. But he's forced off. Beast is now fully equipped, also has an Iron Halo. Here's the Autarch call in from Yast. Grenades as she arrived, but she's going to lose health very, very quickly to all these Marines. Needs to leave right now. Uses her jump, healing her, and she gets the hell out of there. Guardian's doing tons of damage to the Force Commander as he moves in, puts his shield up, and starts punching them to death. Dreadnought, one more shot and it's going to go down to 20 HP. But Grayfox has his Power Fist. He's going to get some rear armor hits on this Tzeentch Predator who's stunned. The Metal Bomb's going to finish it off. And there it goes. Poor choice of unit, I think, for Invis. Though he wasn't to know that Grayfox had a Dreadnought, of course. Blues of Passion Power. They have totally retaken this game here because they didn't lose units. Dreadnought seriously needs repairs. Here come the Scouts, which can do just that, and there the repair starts. Triple cap for blue team now. 163 to 414. Big Bad Wolf goes tier 3, as does Beast. Rage Power and Invis already there. Rage Power, I imagine, saving for Knobs. Let's have a quick look at the resources. Healthy amount of red resource for the blue team. I imagine we'll see Terminators from Beast. He's floating tons of wreck, over 1,000. Looters doing a good job shutting down all these Guardians. There's a grenade on them, but it's only one. Won't wipe the squad, but they are forced off. Really kicking off in the center. We have loads of shooters. We have a Kommando squad. Perhaps it was a global call-in from Rage Power. Autarch's gonna die. One more hit from the Force Commander. No, she has a shield up and gets away with 12 hit points. Force Commander does go down. Rocket launcher war gear on the Commander Dog, fully kitted out. Extra equipment and the stick bombs on the west side. Devastator keeping that Chaos Lord at bay along with the Plasma Dev. Has his Dark Halo up though, so he's going to be very, very tough. Assault Marines jumping in. They are pretty exposed here. We have dual CSM with Tzeentch, meaning they're absolutely shredding those Assault Marines apart. They lose a member, not their Sergeant luckily for them. Red's moving in, Warpath for on the weird boy, boosting the speed of all these orcs. And here are the assault terminators of beast. They teleport into this blob. Are we going to see lightning claws? We are. Orcs need to be very, very careful. Warp vomit stuns them, and they're taking quite a lot of damage from this range firepower. Beast has backup from the Warboss, who is fully kitted out with Power Claw, devastating weapon, Cyborg implants, and his boss pole, and the orcs run the hell out of there. Yast went down over on this west side. Scouts retaking. Invis having no luck pushing him off here. VPs are getting awfully close together compared to what they were. Dreadnought is back up to a healthy 1116 hit points. Autark's really gonna have trouble getting in here. Has her executioner spear, uses her jump on a devastator, which is gonna take tons of damage. Not sure what Yast is thinking. Dreadnought could take her out and retreat, probably will, and there's the kill. Leveling the Dreadnought to level 3. Warboss taking Red's natural Kommando squad, have their knob leader, but they are forced off up to level 2. Assault Terminator is so deadly, down to half health though. A nice juicy blob of orcs for them to teleport into. Will he do it? He does. That's a mistake in my opinion, because he could have used it to escape. They weren't exactly very far away. They lost one member, lost both members, and now the teleport is on cooldown, and Rage Power has a squad of knobs on that Terminator. He's going to go down. Left side is all blue. Invis can do nothing here. He needs help. Tactical Marines are going to be wiped by these Banshees if they don't retreat now. No, they go down. The Terminator goes down. Power Clawed Warboss needs to be very careful against a squad of knobs. He's decided to engage them, takes out 2. Warboss is the biggest, and the knobs are hightailing it down to 1 member. Triple cap for blue team. What a turnaround. I don't see how the red team can push back with all this stuff Grayfox has. Beast did lose a lot. Has 1 tactical marine squad and scouts and a force commander of course, but he has tons of resources. Could get a land raider right now. Invis going for the Great Unclean One. Blue tank from Big Bad Wolf sitting at this VP. And she's coming in on these Marines, and they need to get the hell out of there. So does the looter. So they can retake their natural at least, and we have a D cannon set up to protect it. Noise Marines, ouch! Devastator's almost wiped by a single shot, and they do go down. Here is the Great Unclean One. Chaos Super Unit fights in melee. Very, very tough, especially with Heretic Worship, which he doesn't have at the moment. There's Cloud of Flies damaging all those units around it. But the Force Commander has a Power Fist and is working away at it slowly. Now turns his attention to these Heretics, pretty much kill 1 per hit. Ouch. Nasty Noble Vomit. Wiping that Scout Squad. Intestines, stunning them. Doesn't want them to recap this point. But here are Assault Terminators from Grayfox. Unique unit to these Force Commander of course. Looks like the red team are going straight for blue's natural, and they have it. and they'll get their own natural too. Down to 18 VPs. They need to hold the middle two victory points, because I don't think this Great Unclean One is going to last much longer against Terminators, a Force Commander with Power Fist and the Dreadnought. In fact, there it goes. They need to get the hell out of there, of course, because when it blows up it hurts everything around it. Chaos Space Marines need to leave, as does the Noise Marines. And there he goes, laughing away. Blues not interested in retaking a natural, now they do. Shotgun Scouts with their Sergeant doing a pretty decent job on those Commandos, and they run the hell away. Here come Knobs and Shooter Boys and that weird boy who's now level 3. Fire Prism on the field for Yast coming to help on this west side. Dreadnought took a lot of damage and is just waiting around. No scouts to repair it, of course. Dreadnought now up to level 4. Knobs on the field from Big Bad Wolf this time. We will see use your choppers to try and take out this Kommando Knob. Use your choppers is up. We see the lightning sign. They should switch targets now. The Kommando Knob has retreated, and they do switch targets and devastate those shooters. Turn their attention to the other shooter squad, which won't last long. Weird Boys attack, knocking them back, but he needs to be very, very careful. Tries to warpath away, but I think he should retreat. Fire Prism takes out the Dreadnought, level 4. Blue team have a pretty strong setup on this west side, thanks to Grayfox. The red team really cannot afford blue to have a double cap. They are retaking a natural and have it, and are now pushing again. Assault Terminators with the Lightning Claws, Tactical Marines, a Land Raider, looted tank, a bunch of Orks including Knobs with their Knob leader. I don't see how red can stop them. They are retaking the west side, and this is going to be game over, I feel. Warp Spider died on teleport. I'm not sure what he was thinking engaging Assault Terminators. D cannon. Is that an Eldritch Storm or a Singularity? It's an Eldritch Storm. Just desperately trying to stop the cap, but I don't think it's going to help, because they already have a 2-to-1 cap, and the VP counter is heading down, and this is going to be a win for the blue team. Great comeback. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.